Okay, there we go. Um, let's see what we can do. So today we are going to work on Infinix, or not Infinix, but Infall. I heard it. It's a browser fork of Firefox, mainly because um, Mozilla Firefox kind of sucks. I'm not gonna lie. Am I seeing a delay? Yeah. No, it might just be a cognitive thing. That's right. You over there. Okay, we'll go ahead and jump over here, not there. We're gonna do this. Then we'll go ahead and put in here, properties. Oh, it helps if you actually open up the code window net. Go here. Alright, so what you gotta do is opening up the SSH session right now. Give it a second. It's gonna ask me for my password in a minute, so I'm gonna open up LastPass, or not LastPass, Proton Pass. Grab the password. Uh, yep, it's in, but here in a second, whenever we do the opening of the directory, so if we do not file dummy, we'll do that, open folder. Now if you go down, documents, this is where I store it, because like we have more space here. We do this, and now we get moving and doing thingies. So it's gonna open up, like I said, here in a second. You'll see a password thingy right here. Oh, I guess not. It probably used my key, I'm willing to bet. Yeah, I used my key to do it. I can almost guarantee you that's what just happened. So, yay, I got it working. I'm so proud of myself. We're gonna do that. Okay, so what we're doing here is this is actually a browser fork, like I said, for Firefox. There's a bunch of different enhancements, but give me a second and we'll start getting started on that. We need to change this to where it needs to be buildable. So here's the thing. We'll see if this is even uh, runnable. We're not even in the right directory. Um, I gotta think. Where is it? It's in source, I think. Gotta look. Yeah. It's in here. I don't remember. It's been a while since I've done this, so I'm just trying to remember. We can Google this. Oh wait, you can't even see what I'm doing. Oh my God, Nat, you're doing something today. That's all I can say. My brain's off in La La Land today. So there's that. Um, no. It's not desktop though. Like, where's code in here? Oh, I gotta close it and then reopen. Okay, your day out. There it is. Yep. Okie dokie. Ooh woo. Okay, so as you can see here, this is what's going on. Minimize this. Okay, so now we gotta go ahead and build it, or run it. I need you to please run it. So the actual command to run it is mock space run, but like, it might just be in browser. I don't remember. I actually might be right on this. No, that's not it. We're in the wrong directory, I think. It's probably in here. It is in here, so. Oh, we're on the wrong machine, aren't we? Oh my God, I don't. Okay, I feel so dumb. I just tried to run the browser on my local machine when it's on the server. The stupidity of Nat sometimes. Uh, I'm assuming this is because there was no. Yeah, no, no. We got to copy over the stuff, so let's see. Go to the actual server. We're under Natalie 2, right? Yeah. Yeesh. Go to documents. Copy. You can't see what I'm doing. I know. I'm just copying it over to my desktop so that I can be able to run it. It's going to take a few minutes. But yeah, so then I can be able to open up the window within OBS and you'll be able to see what I'm doing. Um, Again, we haven't really done much today, obviously. I'm just running it to see where we're at. So the compilation takes like 2 or 3 hours. It's freaking crazy. So like doing this kind of work takes a long time. And like I have a general idea of where things need to go and I know how to modify it pretty well. But like the thing is right with it is if you don't memorize where the the paths for different things are, it gets really irritating. So I do my best to just document it because I have memory problems. So I do my best. Uh, but yeah, like there's a bunch of different features on this. I ripped out the Firefox sync stuff and replaced it with a Nextcloud sync. I replaced their web view a little bit. They have kind of a web view. It's not exactly that, but I also replaced the settings. I replaced the onboarding experience. Um, it also has an ad blocker by default. It also has a few more things. It also has native AI integration, and I'll get hate for that, but we're in the year 2026. Get over it. That's all. That's all I have to say. I mean, yeah, that's cheat. Now we wait for it to finish copying over. We'll see how this is. Yeah, I mean, we can just chat, I guess, while we're waiting. I'm a little tired, but whatever. We're gonna go to scene two. So, if you're curious what's going on, um, not a ton. We're just waiting on this. So, let me think. I know in the past I played games while doing this, but then I got copyright stricken for the game because they're mean. Uh, Let me think. Oh, Accretion OS overall. You can go to accretionos.org and you'll find it. You can grab the ISO, or you can just use a tool I made to make it where you can flash it. Dad and I try to make sure that things are going to be stable for the most part. Um, a lot of people try to say Arch can't be stable. That's actually a monomer that doesn't truly exist, like at all. Um, as long as you know how to maintain it, it's totally fine. Um, I'm trying to think what else in this regard. Um, yeah, because we also use like very sensible defaults. We manage our own repositories, so you guys don't have to worry about the bleeding edge. Oh, Archer decides let's go ahead and roll out whatever update that breaks 50 other packages. That's generally what happens. They've been getting better over the last few years, but right, they don't actually maintain all of their packages. They don't. Um, the way it works, if you go look at the Arch mailing list, is you have a bunch of people who end up on their mailing list communicating back and forth and then pushing to GitHub or GitLab or wherever they're pulling from, and then it auto builds on their servers and then pushes out to you and me. That's what happens. And I've actually been learning a lot about their corporate infrastructure as of late because it's not even that corporate, really interestingly. So, like, how do I put this? All of the mirrors, like the majority of them, are hosted by colleges or universities or whatnot, and some of them are hosted by businesses. But you probably won't see those addresses unless you go looking for them. Like, that's just generally what happens. It's just like how we in Washington have a company called Vista, right? and we actually opened up the network view in the debugger, and we saw that like stuff was actually being sent over to Microsoft and other companies, and I was like, that makes so much sense. And they're taking advantage of people's ignorance, which is really, really screwed up. That's kind of all I can say. But so are Arch and other organizations, right? Like Red Hat does the same thing, I think. Yeah, because they're owned by IBM, and IBM has been caught on multiple occasions selling people's user data. And the reason they were acquired, or meaning Red Hat was acquired by IBM, was because they weren't making enough money. So, in order to make more money, I'm going to assume they are probably selling our data for those of us registered with a RHEL developer account. I mean, heck, they did put it behind an account for a reason, right? Like, they also make you have an agreement that you signed to, and I'm assuming if I were to go read that, there would be something about that in there. Let me think, what else? Uh, yeah, no, Accretion OS, we don't take really any telemetry. The closest thing we do is we just see how many users we actually have, and that's it. It's not even like done on your side, so like we don't even have to worry about that. Um, like right now, we have about 1,250-ish users. And all of you, thank you. We appreciate you using it. We try to offer it for people for those that are in the same situation as us, right? We can't afford to just go buy Windows. We can't, and honestly, a lot of the Linux solutions kind of suck. So we're like, with the assistance of AI, we can make this happen, and guess what? We did it. So the problem though with that is AI is not perfect. We have to correct it sometimes, and it's like a little silly. So I don't know. Um, yeah, let's see if it's done copying yet. Are you done? It's still going. It's at like 6 gig. I'm copying it from the server, yeah, and there to here. So I'm not gonna turn on my server because it's so loud. So loud. I'm not streaming with that on. I mean, I could totally just turn on noise isolation, but like, there's not enough noise isolation in the world to keep that noise out of it. I mean, I could technically turn on a not a filter, but a noise gate, but like that only does so much. Uh, let's see. Um, yeah, I think we've done a pretty good job overall on our distro. I've actually been making my own called ArdoOS for me for fun because I've been really bored and trying to find something to do so I don't feel like I'm dying. Um, it has its own package manager called. Sorry. Um, what is it? Oh, it's called Pacnumix, if I remember right. I don't care on the name. But basically, it has all the same features as Pacman does, DNF does, and Nix does. So, the reason I needed a lot of those for the things I'm doing. So, let me think. There is also the AI front end for that to make it easy. It'll pull in its own little container and use a light model to help you interface. There is also the fact with it. Let me think. I had forked off Xlibra, which is the modern version of X11. Essentially, I added functions kind of like an emulation layer, not exactly for Wayland applications. So like it basically puts it in a little container that has access, which I know defeats the point of Wayland, but like I know there's people that want to continue using X11, so like deal with it. Let me see. I also forked off Cinnamon and updated the design language to a modern GTK4 design language. Sorry, Cinnamon developers, but like libadapta is not a proper solution. Just redo it. I don't know. Maybe I'm just mean, but like I don't know. I'm thinking, what else did I do on it? Oh yeah, I wrote my own programming language called Scrape C, which has a lot of the. It's a basically C with a lot of the memory safety of Rust. That's essentially what it is. Which they're both memory safe to begin with, so like consider that for a second. But like I like the way Rust does things like cargo in particular. I know that has nothing to do with memory safety, but like I like the option of having online and offline ways of doing things, so I combine them together. It's even binary compatible with direct like normal C as well as Rust, so it reads it properly. Um, it's very straightforward. Like its syntax is almost identical to C too, so it makes it super easy. Uh, Let me think. There's even a conversion layer in that repository for normal applications, so that, well, let me put it this way. Most are written in C or Rust, right? So, like, I'm not going to go rewrite the entire internet for that. That's just not going to happen. So, like, yeah, using a conversion layer makes it totally fine. Because then essentially the system goes, okay, this application is scrape C, right? So we're going to go ahead and convert it to C so the system knows how to interpret it. But yeah, the reason for scrape C though is for syntax purposes to make things easy again and memory safety. And I know that like by doing a conversion, let's say into Rust or C, depending on what it is you're doing, it doesn't really defeat the point. And here's why, right? So if you and I have a front end to make this easy, what it'll do is it'll actually transfer the calls into the memory safe equivalent for C or Rust. So by having a custom programming language like that, it actually makes it easier. I made it with AI, so I keep that in mind. I've actually had to run it against the CISA databases to make sure we're not running into severe uh, security issues or vulnerabilities. I like to monitor in the CISA database the Linux kernel as well. That's because like I'm paranoid most of the time that like someone's gonna get in my system or something. So I'm just like and also the Arch kernel kind of sucks, in my opinion. I mean, they strip out a bunch of stuff that's not really necessary. I don't like the CachyOS kernel because of the fact of like microarchitectures. Why are you going that far? It's kind of pointless, right? We're talking like brand new users. Well, technically, the version 4 kernel works on a version 2 processor. It doesn't. No, wait. Sorry, the other way around. Version 2 kernel runs on a version 4. Wait, I'm confusing myself. I'm so sorry. The version 4 kernel can run on a version 2 processor, but a version 2 processor cannot run on a version 4 kernel. So, to me, that compatibility is a problem, right? If you have a new user, you don't want to do that. You might confuse them if they decide to one day be like, oh my gosh, this looks cool, and then they click install and they reboot, and it doesn't work. And depending on the way you have things set up, some distributions, what they'll do is they'll remove the old kernel, so like you're screwed. If you're like me, I don't remove my old kernels unless it's like I have three others. Because yeah, no, that's just dumb. Um, Let me think. Still copying. We're at 12 gig. That's kind of funny. Um, I'm so tired. Oh, we got our channel banned, and like somebody reported us as spam, but like we're not spam. We're literally just a Linux distribution for fun to help people in the ways we can. So like that was mean. Whoever did that. Yeah, I feel oily. How long have I even been going? You will. Come on. Only 20 minutes. Jeez. I'm gonna do this. Yeah. Okay, this is gonna take a few hours. I am not gonna sit here. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.